Hello students, I am Sridhar Jalapati and welcome to my YouTube classes Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude Classes. In this video, I am going to explain you Tech Mahindra off-campus recruitment drive, that is 2021, which is being happening. It started on 1st of April and it is going to end on 5th of April. I am sure some of you might have already taken the test. Explaining the aptitude questions which are asked on 1st of April from aptitude section, I have already made 3 parts videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, and yesterday I could not make any video because I was busy with my online classes, so I could not get the time to make the videos. So today in this video I am explaining the questions which are given on April 2nd as well as April 3rd, that is day 2 and day 3 of Tech Mahindra recruitment drive, and I have titled this as part 4. If you have not gone through part 1, 2, 3, you can watch them. I will be providing the link in the description. And at the same time, let me tell you, the aptitude questions, that is both quants and reasoning questions, are very simple. Very few questions, I mean some 5 to 6 questions are difficult, in the sense taking some time, need some analysis, but most of the questions can be answered without using pen and paper. They are very simple, I can say level 0. And the other thing is, the questions are getting repeated. Day 1 questions, day 2 questions are being asked. In some of the questions even the numbers are same. So therefore this video will definitely help you. So watch this video and share with as many friends as you can. And if you have already taken the test, if you have any questions, queries, or if you don't have answers for the questions what you got in the exam, you can mail those questions to me. I'll try to solve them. And my mail ID is, you can approach me at I will be writing my mail ID here, so you can approach me. Sridhar srdhar.jalapati@gmail.com. Sridhar.jalapati@gmail.com. I will be providing my mail ID in the description also. So let's start our discussion with the day 4 questions. And let me tell you, I did not have time to convert the screenshot into Word document or text format. So I'm using the screenshot as it is and try to adjust. Those who are here to watch the video just for finding the negatives, please excuse me. And I'm telling you in advance, sorry for all the errors which I'm going to make in the video. That is, if the question is not clear, if the voice is not clear, I hope that you will excuse me. Right, keeping all the efforts and hard work that we put in, those who actually search for the errors, mistakes, one request for you all, please excuse us. Right, yeah, here is the question from Coding and Decoding. If 52584 is coded as Y, right, and 30713 is coded as G, then 22153 is coded as U, then what is the code for that? So if you see here, now the second and third letters, what are second and third letters? 2525, the second and third numbers, I can say 2525, those are taken, and 25 is 25th alphabet is Y, and that is the letter here, so that is the code for it. And here also second and third digit 07 and 7th alphabet is G, so that is the code for that, right? So here second and third 25, which is Y. Here also second and third 07, so that is G. And here second and third 2 and 21, so 21 alphabet is U. That is the code. Now here second and third digits 1 and 5 15, and 15 is O, so therefore the code for this is O, option 3. Right, may take some time to get this idea, but not a difficult one. Right, let's move to the next question. Next one, here is the question. There are 40 cars in a garage. Out of the 40 cars, 12 are Toyota manufactured. What percentage of the total cars present in the garage is manufactured by Toyota? A very straightforward question. So out of 40, 12 are from Toyota. So percentage 12 by 40 into 100. So 0 get cancelled, 4 ones 4 3s, you will get it as 30%. A simple percentage related question. So answer 30%. Yes. And next question. Again, if you see the average of first 40 results, I will increase the font size if possible. The average of first 40 results is 40 and the average of next 60 results is 60. Then what is the average of all 100 results? Now most of the students think that this is 40, this is 60, so 40 plus 60 by 2, 50. No. Now if average of 40 results is 40, then sum of those results is 40 into 40, 1600. Next, average of next 60 results is 60, so sum of the results is 3600. Now sum of all the results is 5200. So now new average is sum of all the results by number of observations, 40 plus 60, 100, so it is 52. So now average of all the 100 results is 52. A simple average related question. Right. Let's move to the next one. Next question from blood relations. It is from blood relations concept. Here if you see, A star B means A is the father of B, some A is given. In which of the following means S is the daughter of P? In which of the following S is the daughter of P? First of all, if S has to be the daughter, S must be female. S must be female. Now if you see here, in the first option, Q multiplied by S, when two letters are, that is Q minus S. If two letters are connected by minus, now Q is the brother of S. According to this, Q is the brother of S. Now if Q is the brother of S, we do not know S gender. Q is male, we do not know S gender. So in the first one, first option, we do not know about S gender, so that is not the answer. Right. Second one, again P percentage Q. P percentage Q is, P is the mother of Q. P is the mother of Q. So being a mother, P is female. And Q and S again connect. In this also we do not know S gender. Same. Q minus S means again Q is the brother of S. But again we do not know S gender. So that is also cannot be the answer. And in third one, S plus Q. S plus Q. That means S is the sister of Q. So possible. Female possible. In the last one again, S minus Q. S is the sister of Q, so that is also possible. S minus Q. S is the brother of Q. So last option also not possible. Because if in the statement S minus Q, S is the brother of Q. So here if S has to be the daughter of P, S cannot be male, right? So therefore first option, second option, third option got eliminated. So answer, first, second, fourth got eliminated. Answer third option. Let us see whether the third option is correct or not. Now P star S. P star S in the sense P is the father of S. So P is female. Father male. P is the father of S. Right? And S plus Q. S is the sister of Q. S is the sister of Q. So obviously, if S is the sister, S is female. Already from the first two, P is the father of S. Now S is the sister of Q in the sense S is female. So being a female, S is the daughter of P. So third one is correct. Now this is just to check cross verification, but we have already got the answer. How we eliminated first option, second option? Because in both of them we do not know S gender. And in fourth option, S is male. If S has to be the daughter, it must be female. So the only left out option is option 3. So this is again one way to save the time to answer these kind of questions. Right? Yes. Next one. Next question. By selling a watch for rupees 495, that is selling price, a shopkeeper incurs a loss of 10%. You are asked to find cost price. Simple. Let the cost price be X. Now since he incurred 10% loss, so he sold it 90% of it. He reduced it by 10% and sold it 90% of it, which has given us 495. So on simplification, 0, 0 get cancelled, 9 ones, 9 5s, again 45, 9 5. So on cross multiplication, X is equal to 550. So cost price is 550. That is option 2. Another simple question from profit and loss concept. Right? Yes. Let's move to the next one. Find the wrong number in the odd man out in the series. You have to find the odd man out in the series. So here if you see, let me increase the size here. Okay. Now if you see in everything, 3 capital letters, 1 small letter. N, P, Q capital, O small. Again N, O, P NOQ capital, P small, here O small, here N small, remaining all capital, here two small letters, rest two capital letters. So I feel this is the odd man out, because in all the three options A, B, C, one small letter, three capital letters, whereas in D option, two small letters, two capital letters. So therefore I feel answer is option D is odd man out here. Right? Yes. Next question. I'm discussing nearly 30 questions in this video. Of course, I'm making more parts for questions asked on day 2 and day 3 also, because I cannot discuss all those 70-80 questions in a single video. So I'm making as parts. Here is the next one. Now, in the series, you will be looking at a letter pattern. Which of the following given options should fill in the blank? I mean, you have to find the next one. First, F is 6 here. Here K is 11. So P is 16. So if you see the difference between first letters in every group, 6, 11, 5, 11, 16, 5. So next 5. So that should be 21, which is nothing but U. So first letter should be U. Second, L is 12 and P is 16 and T is 20. So plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. Next should be 24. So that is X. And last letter P 16, M 13, minus 3, again 13 minus J 10, minus 3. So third letter is minus 3, 16, 13, minus 3, 13, 10, minus 3, now minus 3, 10 minus 3, 7, which is G. So answer UXG, UXG. Let's see whether it is there in the options or not. It is there. So third option, UXG is the answer, third option. Right? Yes. Let's move to the next question. Now, little lengthy kind of theory question. So I'll read out for you. If you see, in a cosmopolitan club, there are three groups: golden, silver and diamond. While members of the golden group are truthful, members of the silver group are liars, and each member of the diamond group is an alternator. Alternate in the sense who alternates among truth and lies in any order. There are four people: Adam, Billy, Cam and David. So who are the members of the different groups of the club, work as advocate, doctor, pilot, engineer. Four people, four professions. Now they made in the following statements. So according to the statements, what is the question, by the way? Who is are liars? Who is the liar or who are the liars here? That is what you have to find. Now, by the way, here he has already given, I mean, you can go through, anyway I will be providing the PDF, so you can go through the question in detail. So let me explain the solution straight away. As I have already gone through the question, you can also go through the question and then you can look at the explanation. Now, he said Billy is an advocate and David is doctor. So this statement, whatever he has given, is true. So in this, if Billy is advocate and David is doctor, who is saying Billy is advocate? David is saying that I am doctor and Billy is advocate. So whatever he is saying is given. So this is true statement. So that means David is a person who says truth. David is a person who says truth. And according to David, Billy is advocate, and David is doctor. Now, Adam is saying that exactly two of us are truthful, I am an advocate. Already Billy is advocate. If Adam is saying I am an advocate, that means he is liar. So Adam is liar. The doctor is alternator. No, doctor is someone who is David, who is a truthful person. So the statement given by Adam is false. So he is a liar. We found one liar. Next, Cam says I am truthful, I am a doctor. David is already doctor, which is true. So Cam is again a liar. Cam is also a liar. Now obviously we found two liars. Who are the liars here? Adam and Cam. So by the way, advocate is Billy, doctor is David. So when advocate and doctor is over, what are the two professions left out? Pilot and engineer. Pilot and engineer, and these two are Adam and Cam, and these are the liars. So who are the liars? Pilot and engineer. Pilot and engineer are liars. That is option 4. Both engineer and pilot are liars here. What about Billy? Billy is an alternator. Billy is an alternator. He said I am an alternator, I am an engineer, and Cam is a liar. So here Cam is a liar is true, and Billy is an engineer is false. So he is alternator. One statement is true, one statement is false. One statement is true, one statement is false in what Billy said. So therefore he is an alternator, and that is true. So Billy is alternator, David is truth person, whereas Adam and Cam are liars, who are pilot and engineers, right? Yes, a very interesting theory question. Next one. Next question, again from coding and decoding. You are asked to find the code. Here also little interesting one. After going through all those, in this one, if I increase the font size here, right, in this one, first number is 1, last one is 8, so 1 8 18, which is R, 0 8, which is H, that is the code, and then 1 2 12, which is L, that is the code. Now you are asked to find this. So first one 1, last one 2, so again 12. So what is 12? L. Therefore the code for this is L. That is the answer. Okay, so answer for the required word is L, code. Next one. The same question I have already explained in one of the parts. This is given on day 1 also, from syllogisms. All jets are phones, some phones are chairs. You can check. It is a simple syllogism question which I have already explained in previous parts. Next one, from figure series, non-verbal reasoning, you are asked to find what comes next. So here if you see, for figure series questions you may not have to find the exact logic. Now these two are like kind of mirror images here. So what should be the mirror image to this? Among the options, this is the only possibility. That's what I feel as the answer. So directly the mirror image for this is this. So that is the next one in the figure series. Okay, right. Next question. Again from coding and decoding, more number of questions asked from coding and decoding. If deer is bear is coded as la re t, all are bear. So let us look for the common term straight away. So in deer is bear, all are bear. What is common? Bear is common. So bear is in la re t and t say re, what is common? T-E-E-T. So bear is T-E-E-T. Next, by the way, we want the code for stupid is bear. We want the code for stupid is bear. So we already got bear, which is T. Now we should get stupid. So stupid is deer are stupid. Deer are stupid. And stupid is not there in anywhere. So what is the one which is not there anywhere here? Re, ra, po. I think po is not there anywhere. Po is not there in any one of them. Deer is there, R is there. So therefore obviously stupid is a new word. So what is the new thing here? Po. So stupid is po, and we want stupid is. So is here, deer is bear, and is not there anywhere else. So deer is bear, in that is there. So what is that one which is not there in any one law? Because ra is there, t is there. So therefore is la. So by the way, bear, stupid is bear is T-po-la. T-po-la, that is third option. Right, so it's just comparison. What is common in the code? So that is the word. So you want stupid is bear. Your target is to find the code for these three. Don't try to find all of them. We don't need what is there. We don't need what is rest of the things. We just need bear, stupid is. So try to find those three. Right, that is the answer. And the next question. Now this one again a repeated question. This is already there on day 1 and day 2 questions. What is the height of M? I still remember M height is 92 because he is the tallest. I mean, you can go through the explanation. It is a repeated question. Next one. This is from blood relations, a family group of information here. Right, now if you see, P, Q, R, S, T, U are 6 members of a family. P is the son of R. P is the son of R. Sorry, P is the son of R. So P is male. And T is the daughter of P. T is the daughter of P. So T is female, being a daughter. S is the daughter of U. So far we don't have U. And this U is the mother of T. Who is the mother of T? So who stands for U? U is the mother of T. So U is the mother of T, being a mother female. By the way, T is already daughter of P and U is the mother of T, so that means both P and U are husband and wife, male, female, husband and wife. And this S is the daughter of U. S is the daughter of U. So being a daughter, again S is female, and these two are sisters because their parents are same. Being female, both are sisters. Right? Now, question is, which among the following pairs is the parents in-laws of the couple if the couple has their parents in-laws and children in their family? So very tricky question. We don't have any information about Q here. Anywhere he has not mentioned Q here. But we are asking which of the following pairs is the parents or in-laws of the couple who has the if the couple has their parents or in-laws and their children in the family, right? So as these are already siblings, they cannot be couple. So now the left out can be R. These two can be possible couples. So now which of the following pairs are parents in-laws of the couple if the couple has their parents and in-laws children in the family? So I think P and U, R and Q. R and Q is the parents in-laws of the couple P and U who has their children in the family and in-laws also in the family. Who are the in-laws of P and U? R and Q. Parents as well as in-laws. For P, parents. For U, R and Q. So R and U is the couple who has a parenting couple and their children in the family. So I feel answer is R and Q, first option. Right, a tricky question, a confusing one, but though we do not have anything about Q, so we have to assume that now here R and Q are couple, so then only it is possible for P and Q to have children. Here S and T are not couple. If S and T is the couple, then answer would have been P and Q. Here S and T are siblings, children. They're siblings, right? They cannot be the couple. So answer R and Q. Right. Next one. Next question, again from coding and decoding. You need to find the code. Ganga, G-A-N-G-A is coded as D-J-N-D-J. Then what is the code for watch? W-A-T-C-H. You are asked to find the code for this. Little tricky one. Let us see what is the answer for this. Here, Ganga G is 7 and A is 1. Here D is 4, J is 10. Now if you notice, the 7 plus 10, 7 and 10 plus 3, 1 and 4 plus 3. But GA has become, reverse. I mean G plus 3, 10 J and A plus 3, so that is reverse. GA and that has become reverse after adding plus 3. Similarly here also G plus 3, 10 J, A plus 3, 4 D. Middle one same. GA and middle one here also same. So same thing, watch middle T, so that should be T. Now plus 3, W plus 3 is actually, W is 23 plus 3, Z, and A plus 3 is actually D, so I should reverse them. ZD becomes DZ, and here C plus 3 is F, right, and H plus 3 is 11, which is K, and these two get reversed, so KF, but unfortunately there is no option. Answer is DZTKF. DZTKF. So it should be KF, but it is FK, and there is no other option which is close to this. So I think you can go by option 3, though it is incorrect, but you have to go by option 3. There is no option called none of them. And correct me if I am wrong in the comment section. This is what I found the logic for the question. Right? Yes. Next one. I think this is regarding seating arrangements. This has also got repeated. I have already explained in previous videos. 6 people sitting in a row and finding to the immediate right of J. This is already the previous one, so I am skipping that. You can watch the previous videos for that. Now here is a question, a new one. I will read out the information. I know the font size is not clear, but I will read out for you. So the question says, 2 people have their monthly incomes. I cannot read their names. So 2 people have their monthly incomes in the ratio 3:4. So incomes in the ratio 3:4 and their expenditures are in the ratio 4:5. given if each of them save 2500, I mean first one save 2500 and the second one save 5000 rupees, then what are their respective incomes? You are asked to find their incomes. We have to find their incomes. By the way, we all know income minus expenditure is savings, right? Income minus expenditure is savings. Now as the ratio of incomes is 3:4, let their incomes be 3x and 4x, and their expenditures are in the ratio 4:5. Let me take 4y and 5y. Now don't take again y, because this is a different ratio. You should take a different variable. Don't take x in this here. Now first person savings is 3x minus 4y, that is income minus expenditure, which is given as 2500, and second person savings, again income 4x minus savings 5y, which is given as 5000. So on solving these two equations, you will get x and y. We want x here because we want their incomes, right? So once you find x, substitute in 3x and 4x, those are the answers. Those are the answers. But this is traditional method and too lengthy. So I have an alternate method, shortcut here. Listen to that. Ratio of incomes is 3:4. I am giving you easy method. Ratio of expenditures is given as 4:5. Right? Now what is the difference between their savings? Here one part, here one part. And it is given as this person saves 2500, this person saves 5000. So don't you think this is double? This is double, right? So what I have to do here, I am trying to make the difference between this person income expenditure as one part and this person income expenditure as two parts. I am trying to rewrite the ratios so that if I get, then I can directly compare. So for that, what I am doing, I am multiplying the first ratio by 3 and second ratio by 2. If I multiply the first ratio by 3, first ratio becomes 9:12 and second ratio on multiplying by 2 becomes 8:10. 8:10. So now what is the difference here? One part. What is the difference here? Two parts. Now don't you think this person difference is 2500, this person difference is 5000. So one part is 2500, two parts is 5000. Clear? So from this the conclusion is each part is 2500. If each part is 2500, what are you asked to find? You are asked to find their incomes. So first person income 9 parts, 9 into 2500, which is 22,500, and second person 12 parts, 12 into 2500, which is 30,000. So their incomes are 22,500 and 30,000. That is option 4. 22,500 and 30,000. Clear? So I feel this is easiest method. Of course, if you do not like this shortcut and if you find no logic behind this, then go by the text method, which is a mathematical method, and that will also give you the same answer, right? Okay. Next one. Next question. Now this is from compound interest concept. A bank lends 1,331, that is principal, at compound interest for 3 years, that is time period, and got 1728 after 3 years, that is amount 1728. You are asked to find rate of interest. So under compound interest formula, A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. If nothing is given, we have to assume that compounded annually. So 1728 is equal to P 1331 into 1 plus R by 100 whole power what is given after 3 years. So if I bring that 1331 here, by the 1728 can be written as 12 cube, by 1331 is 11 cube, is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole cube. So both sides cube get cancelled. So we got it as 1 plus R by 100 as 11 by 12, 12 by 11, then R by 100 is equal to 12 by 11 minus 1 by 11. That implies R is equal to 100 by 11, which is 9.09%. 9.09%, that is option 2. Rate of interest is 9.09%. Clear? Yes. Next one. Next question. I think this is again a theory question regarding the arrangements. Now if the font size is not clear, I am helpless. So let's see how to find the answer. How to solve the question. In the IPL games, the teams of 6 franchise were standing for the national anthem in the following way, right? Though we are not given with the direction, I am assuming that let's say they are all facing north and they are standing 6 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now the team of Delhi Daredevils was to the immediate left of Gujarat Lions. So Delhi Devils, Delhi DD should be to the immediate left of Gujarat Lions and to the immediate right of Kings 11 Punjab. This Delhi should be immediate right of Kings 11 Punjab, so KP. So that means Delhi Devil should be exactly between KP and GL. Right hand side Gujarat Lions, left hand side Kings 11 Punjab. These three got fixed. Okay, and the team of Mumbai Indians was on the right of Gujarat Lions. So Mumbai Indians should be to the right of Gujarat Lions, but was to the left of Sunrisers Hyderabad. And given Pune is not at any ends. Pune is not at any ends. So if I take Kings 11 Punjab here, Delhi Devils here, Gujarat Lions here. Now given Mumbai was to the right of Gujarat Lions, so I can take Mumbai here. And this Mumbai is to the left of Sunrisers Hyderabad, so I can take Sunrisers here. Then Pune has become end. This is the only place for Pune. But according to the information, Pune should not be at the end. So that means this cannot be for Sunrisers Hyderabad. I can take Sunrisers Hyderabad here, Pune here. Now, is this satisfying all the conditions? Yes. Delhi Devils to the immediate left of Gujarat Lions, and which is to the right of Kings 11 Punjab. And Mumbai Indians is to the right of Gujarat Lions, and this Mumbai Indians is to the left of Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Pune is not the end. And also one more possibility. This is one possibility. I can also take other possibility as here Kings 11 Punjab, Delhi Devils, Gujarat Lions, Mumbai Indians. Now what I can do, I can take Mumbai Indians here, Sunrisers Hyderabad here, right? Then Pune here. Right, because it's given that Mumbai Indians was on the right of Gujarat Lions. So Mumbai Indians is right. It is not immediate right. He did not say immediate right. There is a lot of difference between right and immediate right. Still Mumbai Indians is to the right of Gujarat Lions, and Mumbai Indians is left of Sunrisers Hyderabad. And Pune is not at the end. So this is also one possibility. Right. So I feel there are two possibilities for the question. By the way, what is the question? Which team was to the left of Mumbai Indians? Which team was to the left of Mumbai Indians? It can be Pune if I consider this arrangement, or it can be Gujarat Lions if I consider this arrangement. So answer is either Pune or Gujarat Lions. Gujarat Lions or Pune. So I feel the answer for this question is fourth option. There are two arrangements satisfying this arrangement. Clear? These three are fixed, by the way. Here Kings 11 Punjab, Delhi Devils and Gujarat Lions places are fixed. Only these three you can arrange. You can arrange these three in such a way that P should not be at the end and Mumbai should be before Sunrisers Hyderabad. Mumbai should be left to the Sunrisers Hyderabad. So these are the two possible answers. So answer fourth option. Right. And the next one. Next question. In a family of 6 people, PQRST, there are equal number of men and women with one married couple. Q is P's son. Q is P's son. So obviously Q is male. S is the mother of a boy. So S is female. And a girl. So S is the mother of a boy and a girl. And T and U are P and T are sons of U. P and T are sons of U. So P is male and P and T both are sons of U. So these are brothers, right? Yes, okay. And next given S is the, by the way, out of 2, 4, 6 people we already got U, P, T, Q. U, P, T, Q. So we still have to find R and S. R and S. Now he has not given any information about R here. Right. By the way, it is given that in the family there are only, there are equal number of men and women. So out of 6 people, men should be 3, women should be 3. We already got 3 men, that is P, T, Q. So P, T, Q are men, then remaining U, R, S should be female. Right. U, R, S should be female. Now it's given that S is the mother of a boy and a girl. If S has to be the mother of a boy and girl, right? By the way, these two are brothers here. P already has a son. If I take S as wife of P, R can be their daughter being a female. R can be their daughter being a female. So therefore now S has a boy and a daughter. S has a boy and a daughter, satisfying the condition. Why I took S as wife of P? Why not S as wife of T? If I take S as wife of T, Now there should be a boy and a girl, so there is no boy for T so far. So I have to take a one more new person, which is not possible in the question. So as already P has a boy, if S becomes the wife of P, if R is the daughter of S, so S has a boy and a girl, and that is the who are the female? S, U, and R also female. S, U, R. Now by the way, question: which of the following statements is true about this family? Now first, P, Q, R are females. No, not P, Q, R are. P, T are females. So first option is false. Second, P is the husband of S. P is the husband of S. Yes, true. P is the husband of S. Third, S is the daughter, grandmother of U. No, S is not the grandmother of U. Last, T and U are children of S. Not T and U. Children of S are R and Q. So therefore answer second option is correct. This is what I feel. So answer second option according to the information. Right? Yes. A very tricky blood relation question. Very less information is given. You need to imagine a lot of things. Once we came to know about the three males, then rest are three female, and you need to arrange those three female in such a way that it satisfies the condition. Right. Let's move to the next one. As I said, I'll be explaining 30 questions in this video. So be patient and watch the video till the end if you want to know the questions asked in Tech Mahindra. Okay. The average temperature on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday was 25. So 3 days average 25. So sum of the temperature 75 degrees. Next, average temperature on Thursday, Friday and Saturday is 24. Again 3 days, 3 into 24, 72 is the sum of the temperatures. So if I subtract, common Thursday, Friday get cancelled. So Wednesday minus Saturday is 3 degrees. In this we are given that the temperature on Saturday is 27. So Wednesday minus 27 is 3, then Wednesday is 30. So the temperature on Wednesday is 30. That's what you are asked to find. So answer last option, 30. A simple average related question, not at all a difficult one. Right. Let's move to the next one. Next question. I think this is from blood relations. It is a repeated question. I remember this I have explained in either part 1 or part 2 previous questions, so you can watch them. And since I have already explained in one of the videos, I am skipping. This is a repeated question. And the next one. This one is also a repeated one. Syllogisms. All boats are phones. All lamps are phones. This question is again got repeated. Syllogisms one. Since I have already explained it, I am skipping this. And next one. I think this one also. Among LM and OP, each have different heights. The one who is the smallest, who is the tallest, and what could be the most likely height of M. So this is also a repeated question. Since I have already explained, I am skipping this one. And the next question. A new one from percentages. 50% of A percent of B, 50% of A percent of B is 75% of B percent of C. Right? This is the expression. You are asked to find what is the value of C. So by the way, on both sides B get cancelled. On both sides 100 get cancelled. 52s, 53s. So we got 2A is equal to 3C. That implies C is equal to 2A by 3. 2 by 3 is nothing but 0.6666C. So approximately 0.67C, which is, C is equal to 0.667A. 2 by 3A. 2 by 3 is 0.66A. So that is option 2. C in terms of A, you are asked to find. A simple percentage expression question. Right. Next one. Find the odd men out among the given. You need to find the different one. See here, C is 3, X is 24, W is 23 and D is 4. So these are 27, 27. Like pairs, opposite pairs. C for a third from the first, X third from the left, something like that. Pairs. Now here also A is 1, Z is 26, so sum of them 27. Y is 25, C is 3, 28. We are not getting 27. Whereas here F is 6, U is 21, so 27. And T is 20, G is 7, so 27. Whereas in the last also K is 11, P is 16, 27. O is 15, L is 12, 27. So except in third option C, in all of the other options, sum of the first two letters and last two letters is same, which is 27. Only in third option, second option, not third option, I am sorry for the error, not in third option. In second option, first two letters giving 27, but next two letters Y and C is leading to 28, because Y is 25, C is 3, 28. So that is error, therefore answer B. In 1, 3, 4, A, C, D, the logic is or the pattern is same. In B, the pattern got violated. So that is the odd man out. Right. Next question. Now here is the question. Sonali remembers that her father's birthday falls after 23rd of December, but before 30th of December. After 23rd, but before 30th of December. While Chandni, her sister, remembers that her father's birthday falls after 21st of December, but before 27th of December. At the end, it is given that if both speak truth, so from these two, Sonali said after 23rd, Chandni said after 21st, so obviously after 23rd, but Chandni said before 27. So what are the possible dates now? After 23rd, before 27. After 23rd, before 27. So what are the possible days? 24, 25, 26. At the end, we are given with some more information that Sonali says that she exactly remembers that the birthday is not an even number. So among the possible days, as 24 and 26 are even, so 25 is her father's birthday. So December 25th, that is the answer. We have shortlisted the numbers from the information given. As it is given, they both speak truth. So we have shortlisted 3 numbers. In that, one of the persons remembers that the date of birth is not an even number. So this is the only number left out, which is 25. Simple question. Right. Next one. So overall aptitude paper is not at all difficult, both quants and reasoning. Very few 1 or 2 questions which are taking time. Now here also again from coding, he stands for C, PO stands for A, then on stands for what? Here H is 8, E is 5, so difference is 3, that's why C. And P is 16, O is 15, difference is 1, that's why it is A. And now O is 15, N is 14, difference 1. So what is 1? A. Therefore answer A. Here the code for the word is difference between the 2 letters. Difference between the 2 letters is the code. Okay. Another simple question. Next one. Now you need to find the missing number from letter series. Again, look for the first one in all of them. G is 7, I is 9, so plus 2. So next should be plus 2 11, which is K. Next should be plus 2 13, which is M, which is already there. So that means the missing one is going to start with K, first letter. Second, the second one in all the groups is I. So here also it should be I. Second in all of them is I. Third, P is 16, R is 18, again plus 2. So 18 plus 2 20, which is T, right? And then plus 2 22, V satisfied. And last one in all of them is C. So answer KITC, which is option 3. KITC, option 3 is the answer. A simple letter series question. Right. Next one. Here is the question from number series. This I have already explained in one of the videos, but I made an error in that video. Though it is a simple error, but some people have pointed out. There is nothing wrong in pointing out the error, but you need to understand the situation. Right. So here the difference is 21, 25, 4 difference, 8 difference, 16 difference, 32 difference, 42 plus 81, 32 difference. So next 64 difference, therefore 81 plus 64 is 145 is the answer. In my last video, I took 125 as the answer because I misread this as 61 and then I took 61 plus 64 as 125, but actually it is not 61, that is 81. That was a calculation error which I made. So that's why this question again got repeated and I have explained here in this video. Right. And here is the last question from this video. Another tricky question from quants. A person travels 120 kilometers at a speed of 60 km per hour, 30 kilometers at a speed of 30 km per hour, 90 kilometers at a speed of 90 km per hour. What is his average speed? By the way, what is average speed? Total distance traveled by total time taken. Total distance traveled by total time taken. What is the total distance traveled by him? 120 plus 30 plus 90 by total time taken. For first 120 kilometers at 60 km per hour, 2 hours. For the next 30 kilometers at 30 km per hour, 1 hour. For 90 kilometers at 90 km per hour, 1 hour. So total time 2 plus 1 plus 1, 4. So this is 240 by 4, which is 60 km per hour. A simple straightforward question on average speed. So these are the 31 questions which I have taken to explain in this part 4 video. and these questions are asked on April 2nd and 3rd. So let me tell you, the questions are repeating, the questions are very easy. Now I do not know about technical section, that is not my cup of tea, so I cannot comment about technical questions. You are the right person who is appearing for the exam. So if you encourage me with this video with more views, likes and shares, then I will definitely make one more video, part 5, explaining few more questions asked on April 2nd and 3rd. So whether I have to make the video or not completely depends on your encouragement and your comments. Thank you so much.